wish. If
It's free on
only.
Tuesdays, remember.
That's right, exactly. We already asked. So, yes, I'm very thankful that we're able to be here tonight on very short notice and still have a rehearsal. So let's do a little bit of humming, please. By the way, if you ever watch the Zoom meeting at 2 times speed, that exercise is really funny. So is the next one. It really is funny if you do it 2 times. Hey, come on up. Sopranos over here. Are you going to sing with us? No? Okay. You can come up and sit.
No, come up here.
He's our audience of 1. It's all good.
He's moving slowly.
Yes, whatever you decide you want to do is totally cool. All right, let's do a couple of sighs from above, please. Yeah, he's recording up there too. Fantastic. All right, Slade, do you mind playing the exercises tonight? I know it's exciting. We're gonna start in A, please.
You might have to pay him a little extra.
I know, right? We'll start in A, please. Mezzo forte and legato. Ready, and ya 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 ya. Ya 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 ya. Ya 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 ya. Staccato. Ya 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 ya. Forte. Ya 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 ya. Mezzo forte. Ya 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 ya. Mezzo piano. Ya 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 ya. Piano. Ya 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 ya. Pianissimo. Ya 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 ya. Legato. Ya 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 ya. Ya 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 ya. Mezzo forte. Ya 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 ya. Ya 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 ya. Last one, forte. Ya 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 ya. Fabulous. Have a seat, please. Altos, feel free to drop the octave when you want to. All right, so let's look first tonight at the Michael Haydn, "Oh Give Thanks to God the Lord." Remember, this is not one of our traditional hymn tune, anthem style pieces for the concert. This is more like singing Messiah, right? So it takes a different kind of concentration and approach. So let's go from the beginning and just do parts as a review. Parts as a review. Slowly, please. 1, 2, and. Oh, give thanks to God the Lord, whose love is forever. Let all Israel shout for joy. Sing, O Israel, God is our refuge. Oh, they fail us, rulers and people. God is our strength, our song. God is our strength. The Lord is our song. Good. We're going to stop there, please, and let's go back. let's do just, hey Peggy, come on in and have a seat. Let's go back and do just soprano and bass, please. Soprano and bass. I'll sing with you. One and oh, give thanks to God the Lord, whose love is forever. Let all Israel shout for joy. Sing, O Israel, God is our refuge. Though all may fail us, rulers and people, God is our strength, our song. God is our strength. The Lord is our song. Good. Go back to the beginning and same thing, just alto and tenor, please. Alto and tenor. One and good. Can we do that one more time and get a better start? One and oh, give thanks to God the Lord, whose love is forever. Good. Let all Israel shout for joy. And sing, O Israel, God is our refuge. Though all may fail us, rulers and people, God is our strength, our song. And God is our strength, the Lord is our song. Good. Let's go all parts again from the beginning a little faster. All parts again from the beginning a little faster. One and go give thanks to God the Lord, whose love is forever. Let all Israel shout for joy. Sing, O Israel, God is our refuge. Though all may fail us, rulers and people, God is our strength, our song. God is our strength, the Lord is our song. Good. Let's go back to the beginning. We go that far again, this time with accompaniment and a little faster. Let's talk about where you should or should not breathe now that we're going to go faster. Bottom of page 2, please connect Lord to whose. Breathe at the top of 3 after ever. Bottom of 3, connect Israel to God. Breathe in the rest. Breathe in the rests at the top of page 4. Bottom of page 4, connect strength to our. Breathe after song. Top of page 5, connect strength to the. Ooh, yes. Yes, before I let you do a little bit of a lift at this faster tempo, I don't think you need it, and I think it'll be clean enough without it. Let's find out. Here we go. With accompaniment. 1, 2, and. Oh, give thanks to God the Lord, whose love is forever. Let all Israel shout for joy. Sing, O Israel, God is our refuge. Though let's talk very quickly about dynamics and phrasing. So at the very beginning, what is our dynamic? Mezzo forte, just like how we start our exercises, right? Pretty regular level of dynamic, but when does that change? There's a crescendo at the bottom of 4 on the long notes, so we don't just sit on them. God is, right? God is our strength. And then we're forte by the time we get to strength, and we end that section forte. Can we do that one more time from the beginning? Think a little more about dynamics. Give yourself room. Somewhere, right? Good, good, good. The other thing is you have some accents marked into some places, right? Almost always, when you get to the last bar of a phrase, lean into beat 1. So for example, oh, give thanks to God the Lord. That feels like an ending, right? But whose love is forever. The last phrase, lean into, or the last measure of the phrase, lean into beat 1. Let all Israel shout for joy. Lean into beat 1. Sing, O Israel, God is our refuge. Though all may fail us, rulers and people, God is our strength, our song. God is our strength, the Lord is our song, right? So lean into beat 1 in each of those places. Excuse me, we're going to move on, but I just want you to write that in and remember that for when we go back. Starting at the top of 5, measure 32, parts again slowly. 1, 2, 3. God's right hand has triumphed, we shall live forever. 1. God's right hand has triumphed, we shall live forever. And sing, O Israel, shout for joy. Good. Alleluia. Alleluia. So let's go back for notes in a couple of spots. Let's have just ladies, top of 5, measure 32, just ladies. 2 and 3 and 1. God's right hand has triumphed, we shall live forever. And 1. God's right hand has triumphed, we shall live forever. Good, so we know that part is unison, right? So bottom of 5, the last 2 bars, just listen to it. Bottom of 5, last 2 bars. It's the repeated C that's getting us, right? Let's sing that, ladies, at Live Forever. Bottom of 5, and Live forever. Better, good, good, good. Now, gentlemen, please, at 32. 32. And 1. God's right hand has triumphed, we shall live forever. And 1. God's right hand has triumphed, we shall live forever. Good, so again, unison, right? Let's put all parts together at 32. And 1. God's right hand has triumphed, we shall live forever. Good, and God's right hand has triumphed, we shall live forever. Good, so it's an interesting little thirds harmony at the top of page 6, right? Ladies are down low in their range, guys are up high in their range, and we get that nice little thirds harmony. Good. Going on from there, can I have just soprano and bass, please? Just soprano and bass. Nope, I'm lying. Soprano and tenor. Soprano and tenor. Measure 42. 1 and up. Sing, O Israel, shout for joy. Alleluia, 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 alleluia. 2 and Alleluia and Alleluia, 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 Alleluia. Good. So it's just the top of page 8 that gets a little hairy, right? So can I have just sopranos, top of 8, measure 56. That's the second bar. 2 and 3. Full octave? Exactly. So remember that full octave is a weird leap anyway. The altos are going to soar above you for a second, but look at what the tenors are singing when you get to your ya, that low D. What are they singing? A C. Ooh, tenors, why? Right? So know that it's going to go against that a little bit. Maybe even mark that in, right? And maybe that's part of the reason why we're doing soprano and tenor together right now. So let's have just tenors, please. Same spot, top of 8, second bar, 56. 1 and up. Alleluia, 2 and 3. Alleluia, alleluia. Good. Put that together, alto or soprano and tenor again. Same spot. 2 and 3. Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia. Yes, feel better?
Yeah.
Good, 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 good. And let's go back and catch the bass and the alto, please. From the bottom of page 6, measure 42. Alto and bass. 1, 2, and sing, O Israel, shout for joy. Alleluia, alleluia, and alleluia, 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 alleluia. 2 and 3. Alleluia, 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 alleluia. Yeah, good, good, good. So let's go back for really well done.
Same spot. It's at the top of page 8 that gets a little funky. But before we get to that, bass has the first little 16th note figure. At the bottom of 7, the last 2 bars. Alleluia, ha'ale, right? And so it's putting the syllables in the right place that are a little funky, right? So just bass one time from top of 7, last bar. Top of 7, last bar. 1, 2, and Alleluia, Alleluia, Alleluia. Yeah, and make that kind of jaunty, if you will, when you get there, right? Good, let's have alto only at the top of 8 from measure 55. Top of 8, measure 55. Just let it soar, altos. 1, 2, and Alleluia, Alleluia. Going on. Alleluia, Alleluia. Good, so you're basically singing D's to A's with G's somewhere in there, right? Good, so let those A's just kind of soar each time you get to them. Yes? 54. Just to get into it, let's go back to...
Jumping down to that, whatever.
Yeah, let's go back to the top of 7, the last bar, where I had the bass start a minute ago. Top of 7, last bar, altos. Yeah, 1, and Alleluia. Yeah, one more time, one more time. Let's make sure we know where that B is. 2 and 3. Alleluia. Yes, good, good, good. We're kind of going, right? Listen to it one time. Right? Just a half step down. All right, one more time. 2 and 3. Alleluia, 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 and Alleluia, Alleluia. Good, and Alleluia, Alleluia. Good, now you feel okay. Let's go back and put bass and alto together again. Top of 7, last bar. 2 and 3. Let's go back and put all parts together again, please. Bottom of 6, measure 42. All parts, 42. 1 and 2 and 3. Sing, O Israel, shout for joy. Alleluia, let's go back and go from the bottom of 6, same spot. Faster, please. All parts, faster. 1, 2, and sing, O Israel, shout for joy. Alleluia, 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 alleluia. bars. Good. Let's go back, same spot, even faster, and with accompaniment, please. Before we do it, couple of things. Can you lean in a little bit more to the beginning of the words shout and joy? A little more consonant on shout and joy. Then the word alleluia, where does the stress go in that word? Lu, right? So if we look at how it's set, Alleluia. The first one is beautiful. It's exactly the way it needs to be, written in there, right? But you may have a lu syllable in a place different than other people as we go through this other section at the end, right? But every time you have lu, it's likely on a downbeat, right? So lean into it a little bit each time you get there. And say the last part of the word for me again. Ya. Ya. Yeah. Ya. Ya. Give it a nice tall ya. Ya. A nice tall ah vowel, right? Good. Let's go back to bottom of page 6, measure 42, up to tempo with accompaniment. 1 and sing, O Israel, shout for joy. Alleluia, 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 alleluia. Yes, and so those alleluias at the end sound like, praises and stuff, right? Good. Can we stand, please, and go from the beginning with accompaniment? Think about phrasing. That means both where you breathe and where you don't breathe, but also where the stress goes within that phrase, musically speaking or textually speaking. Usually they're set well so that they both happen at the same time. Some things with diction, like shout joy, right? What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, when you have those 16th rhythms that you separate them a little bit. Da, 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 right? All right, from the beginning. Have a seat. Questions on that one? Yeah, so it's not very long, right? Once you put it together at the tempo, then you're like, well, geez, we just started it. Where'd it go? Right? And we spend 30 minutes working on it each time. So this is one definitely to review in between so that we don't have to learn pitches again or rhythms or where the breath marks go or that kind of thing. This This is one to do in between, so that the next time we approach it, we can do it just like that the first time. Yeah. All right, let's look at our next one for tonight. For this joy. Maybe for this joy. It is. Susan LaBar says so. So let's remember a couple of things about this one. The accompaniment is very sparse, right? It's very sparse on purpose. It's really lovely. But it also moves fairly quickly, right? This is also a tune that you know, whether you remember that you know it or not, you do, right? And long phrases, but we're unison at the beginning, ladies, and then gentlemen come in with the melody at the top of 6. Ladies have this descant. Please think about a couple of things. Sky is a diphthong. Stay on ah as long as you possibly can. And secondly, think about the balance. We talked about this before. Every week it slightly changes. We might have all 4 parts. We might not. We have a different bass tonight than we had last week, right? So you never know who's going to be in each rehearsal. And we have to just kind of get ourselves tuned to what the balance needs to be for that rehearsal. If we do that every week, then when we get to the concert with everybody, it's easy peasy, right? So think about the balance, ladies, when you're not singing the main melody. And just in case there's a question, fertile instead of fertile on page 6. Our fertile earth and her harvest. Ladies, also at the bottom of the page there you have earth, really long note. So we are now all British. It is earth. There is no R anywhere to be heard. Heard. Right, so no R, earth. Going on from there, we finally split into 4 parts on page 7. And then when we get to page 8, we are going to do it slightly slower, as is written, after the fermata, so be ready for that. And we're in parts, kind of chorale style. Altos at the top of page 10. Remember, you move on beat 3. Let's see what else. Bottom of page 11, who has the melody?
The altos.
The altos.
Because it's for me.
Or as Krista's back there doing alto magic. So they have the melody. So make sure that you can hear the altos there. That's important in the balance. Notice they're marked fortissimo. Everybody else is marked forte. And then just let it kind of soar, sopranos. When we get to the bottom of 13, sopranos go off of the melody again in a slightly different way. And remember the movement at the top of page 14 from the F to the G. Long notes, bottom of 14 at the end, and that should do it. So, can we try one time with accompaniment and just see what happens? If we don't crash and burn, we go all the way through, and then we'll go back, yes, and then we'll go back and play around with it. So, Diana's covering our clarinet part, so let's see what happens with that too. lovely, isn't it?
It's gonna be awesome.
Yes. Good. All right, let's go back for a few things. And we can talk about breaths if you want to later. I've got breaths marked in for the solo that might work for you. Let's go from, ladies, beautiful at the beginning, really, really lovely. Let's go from top of page 6, please. Right at the top of page 6, where the gentlemen come in with the melody. And let's put all parts in again, and we might just stop and talk about some things as we go. Accompaniment, please. We are at 38. Measure 38. You don't have to play that sustained note. 1 and. Praise for the Son. Yes, good. So each time we take a rest at the end of a measure, we tend to come in a little late for the next measure, yeah? So better to cut the previous bar a little bit short, not because we're not trying to be musical. I would love for us to do rubato in 75% of the things we do, but it's just not entirely feasible, right? It's like saying, let's be in our golf cart and go 60. There are no seat belts. That may not be a good idea. There isn't the motor for that, right? It's just out of control. So rather than be out of control, let's do what we do with a golf cart really, really well. Right? So from 38 one more time. And when we take our breath at the end of 43, we're taking it quickly and coming right back in. 38 again. 1 and. Praise for the Son. Did that feel cleaner? Yes. So part of it is just that you have to be responsible for keeping that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 in your head. What is it in the accompaniment, in the piano accompaniment, that might take you away from that feeling? The syncopation all the way through. Up until this point, right? It's the beauty of it, but it's also the thing that if you listen too much, then it's going to make you feel like, oh, I can do that. My teacher in grad school used to call it belly rubbing singing. She was like, oh, I sound so good. She was like, I need to hear me more. I'll go slower. You know? So the idea is that we don't want to get lost in that little undulation. We can get lost in it if we're not thinking da, 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 those down beats and just straight on all 3 beats. Good, much, much better in that section. Please do that every time. All right, going on from there. Middle of page 8, Our Tender Hearts. This is the slightly slower part. We're not going to take it much slower because we're under tempo for the other bit. So we're not going to take it much slower. But this is more chorale style. Look at the accompaniment. How is it different? No syncopations. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba. And the clarinet isn't in there at the beginning either, right? So it's very much about your voices. It's very much about balance. It's very much about beautiful vowels and rhythmic accuracy. Can we do that, please? Measure 67. 1 and. Our tender hearts which so wondrously chambers beating. Good. I'm going to do that one more time. And guys, be careful. They did this last night too. Our tender hearts, which same note, so dropping down again, as opposed to a scale passage, right? Just be careful of that spot. Let's do it one more time from there, please. That was lovely. One and. Our tender hearts, which so wondrously in chambers sleep, cherish the joys of new love and at death's call the weeping. Sorrow and pain turn to rejoicing again. Love now in memory keeping. Good. I'd like to do just the last phrase, love now in memory keeping, and go from the slower tempo to the faster tempo as is marked. Also, altos, when you have your movement on beat 3 at the top of the page, it's going to coincide with her 8th notes that start in the clarinet, right? So we want to listen to each other so that when we get to that part, it's not like just 1, 2, but it's 1, 2, resolve as she goes on into her next passage, right? But we're going to skip that for a second and go to love now in memory keeping. That is measure 85. 85. And then we're going to go back and put it into context. 1 and. Love now in memory keeping. Yes, good, good, good. Now let's go back and put it into context. So let's go back to sorrow and pain. That's measure 79. Measure 79. 1 and. Sorrow and pain. Good. One more time. This is the slower tempo. This is the slower tempo. 1 and. Sorrow and pain turn to rejoicing again. Lovely altos. Love now in memory keeping. Good, let's keep going. So you need to get a really good breath at the top of page 14. In that last bar, you get 1 quarter rest. And that 1 quarter rest lasts you from the bottom of page 14 through the top of 15 with a lot of dynamic fervor. Right? So, let's go back one more time to Joyful Our Praise. That's measure 112. 112. 1 and. Joyful our praise, as all our voices we raise, singing in glad celebration. lot of difficult spots in this one. It's really very singable. It's just a matter of a few things to keep in mind as you go. One of those things is just keeping that underneath, so that you feel like we're steadily doing that faster tempo. We have to do that because when we get to the tempo changes, we want them to be pretty distinct, right? Fermata, and then suddenly slower chorale style. And then we're in that slower chorale style, and suddenly back to the faster tempo, joyous, jubilation, right? So that's one of those things. The other thing is getting good breaths for some of these longer phrases, right? So make sure you've got your plan in there, right in there when you need a particularly large breath or where you're not going to breathe in a long phrase. But it's a really beautiful arrangement, a very simple treatment of this hymn tune, but very, very effective. So any other questions about that one? Okay, thank you, Diana. All right, so let's take our 5-minute break. When we come back, we work on Celtic Laud and a new one, Thankful.